Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your man, J. Kevin Johnson here, going live with you on the Spreaker studio. I rarely go live, but I decided to go live today and kind of talk to you from the heart in the moment. Prompt, teleprompter free. Got a few talking points, but just really, I just wanted to come on in today and talk about staying at it, just staying diligent and whatever endeavor you decided to pursue and live in life. And that deciding to do something, number one, is better than doing nothing. And just staying the course and just staying at whatever you decide to do, going from full to finesse. Don't be afraid to go from full to finesse. And whatever endeavor you've decided to pursue today. So I just wanted to come on and inspire, encourage, and motivate, and uplift, and help give you some kind of nudge or wind beneath your wings, so to speak, to kind of just place a pebble of positivity in your way, or be a cobblestone on which you could step and continue to move forward in your life, even though you're going to experience a lot of twists and turns and a lot of trouble, and you're going to experience some up and downs. But just just determine in your heart and mind to stay at it, stay the course, be diligent. That's the word that's kind of popping up in my periphery on my mind right now. Is just to stay diligent in whatever you decide to pursue today. So today, just talking about being diligent. I started to learn how to play the keyboard when I was 17. When I was 17 is when I decided to. I was prompted, actually, and I was nudged to learn how to play the keyboard. And when I first started out, I started out learning how just to play by ear. So I started out literally just plucking out tunes and just plucking out little things here and there, until over the course of time, I started picking up on patterns, and I started picking up on harmony, and then I started figuring how to make chords, and then I started figuring how to make run bass lines and stuff with my left hand. And over time I started to really kind of get a little better at what I was doing, and lo and behold, I got good enough. I got proficient. I ain't gonna say I got decent enough to where I could actually play it in front of people with a little bit of confidence, and play with proficiency, and actually get paid to play at churches here and there. Play hymns and play for choirs and things of that nature. So if I hadn't determined to stay diligent at learning this skill, at acquiring the skill of playing the keyboard and learning how to do music, I never would have gotten good enough to where I never would have developed that skill. And I'm just using that story as an example of the importance, the essentialness that we're all admonished to be diligent and stay the course, keep trying, never stop trying. If there's something that is speaking to our soul's desire, if there's something that we're attracted to, if there's something that we really want to do in life and pursue and learn and live, don't be afraid. Don't allow fear to freeze you, number one. And don't allow the frustration of the foolery, or the frustration of having to go through those tough times as far as skill acquisition or whatever, the frustration of hurdles or challenges that you might meet along the path to proficiency and mastery and whatever it is that you decide to pursue in life. Don't allow that frustration to stop you, and stay the course. In today's world, it's vital that you be diligent, because if you're not diligent in today's world, you are destined to live a life of mediocrity. You are destined to live a life that is below your destiny. You are destined to live a subpar you, I think, not fulfilling and being the you that is the best you, the best version of you that's encoded in your DNA. It's something that I really believe, and that we all have a best or a better version of us in our DNA, and it's up to us to put in the effort, do what it takes to bring that to fruition as we get glimpses of what we could be at various moments in our life. I think that we all get glimpses at various moments in our life that lets us know that there's more in us than meets the eye, and that if we stay at the pursuit of just exploring and being curious about us and about things that are within you, then you can bring a lot of stuff out of you that will not only benefit you in your life, but when you share it, it will benefit others that come into your sphere, your circle, under your hands of influence. So everybody, I think everybody in existence has something in them that when they allow it to, when they bring it forth, when they manifest it, when they create it, it's to the benefit, it's to the asset. It's an asset to those who are able to, in whatever way, shape, or form, consume whatever it is that you create. It's of a benefit. So it's very vital in today's world to do that. If you want to live a life of good health, solid wealth, love, and happiness, those are the four tenets of the good life. As so I think I always kind of go back to as far as pillars of a good life and things that we are destined to live when you put your heart, mind, and effort behind it. A lot of people, they don't have any goals in life, and so they don't understand, or they don't have a view in view, or they don't have as a mission to live and pursue the good life. So like I just wanted to talk with you shortly about doing whatever you can as you meet your obligations and your responsibility to continually try and continually get up, continually reset, adjust, and do whatever it takes, do whatever is necessary to pursue those things that is calling out to your heart's desire, and to stay the course in whatever endeavor it is that you've decided to pursue in your life, whether it be to acquire a new skill set, or whether it be to just to be just in personal growth, to be a better version of you today than you was yesterday, and to continually in small increments level up to a better expression of you tomorrow. There's always greater limits and heights to go to in this life, and life's too short not to at least try, right? Life is way too short to not at least try. There's plenty of examples of people who have come before you and me that we can model ourselves after, as far as living a good life that not only benefits them, but benefits and echoes throughout the ages. That's why they're echoing throughout the ages, right? The impact of their life is echoing throughout the ages, is because they stay the course, they stay diligent, and whatever it is they were passionate about and had zeal about in this life. Let me get a few scriptures in here real quick, a few verses that kind of came to mind when I was thinking about having diligence and being diligent in today's world. Let's go to Proverbs 10 and 4. Proverbs 10 and 4. He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. So just looking at in today's world, man, you definitely have to stay at it, because if you don't, I'm sure, if you live long enough, or if you lived long enough already, you understand that you got to stay continually working. You got to stay continually out and doing whatever's necessary to, first and foremost, put food on the table and feed your stomach, and meet your obligations and responsibilities as far as bills and all that other stuff is concerned. But if you want to live a soul satiating, satisfied life, if you want to be content, then you have to continually stay at that too. So he becometh poor that dealeth with the slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. So just stay the course as far as whatever it is that you decide to do in your life. Let's go to Proverbs 13:4. The soul of the sluggard desireth and hath nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. So again, stay diligent, stay at it. Just keep trying. Don't give up. Learn how to develop resilience in your life, and stay the course. Let me see what else I can find here. 1 Corinthians 15:58. This is a good one. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. So, if you consider yourself part of the community of the called out, if you consider yourself part of the church, then it's our duty, it's our responsibility that, and when it comes to whatever your calling is, whatever it is that your position is in God, that you stay unmovable, and you stay working at it, just knowing that whatever it is that you're doing in your life is not in vain. There is meaning to your life. You are precious, you are a gift, and you have meaning in this life. So don't take it for granted that you're here by happenstance, because nobody is a mistake. No matter how you got here, you're here, and appreciate that. Nobody is a mistake. Nobody is an accident. You might have been unplanned by the two parents that got you here, but you're here for a reason. If you made it through the matrix, if you made it through the womb, if you made it through, you're here with purpose. And you have design. Just don't ever forget that. Before I get off here, let me talk about the 4 C's real quick. The 4 C's to contentment. And just want to talk about the 4 C's to contentment, being the 4 C's are to connect, contribute, cope, and cook. And these are 4 C's that I recently got from the book, The Hacking of the American Mind by Dr. David Lustig. And he's a pediatric, what is he again? A pediatric endocrinologist. And he just talks about the difference between pleasure and happiness. Now, or contentment. Contentment is happiness. And in one of the tenets that, one of the 4 pillars that I quoted to you about the good life, health, wealth, love, and happiness, just wanted to talk about, to bring things down to a practical level when it comes to being diligent. When it comes to being diligent about being happy and pursuing happiness in your life, make the decision to do that. And that is a possibility. And that is real. Don't let nobody else tell you different. You can get to maintain and sustain a level of contentment and happiness in this life, and be diligent about that. Make the decision with your mind, and let that feeling, that emotion, capture your heart, and let that move you. Let that get your will moving, your guts moving, your body moving in the direction of continually pursuing that until you achieve it and keep it. It is possible. And Dr. David Lustig brings it down to a scientifically backed, neuroscientifically backed possibility. And he breaks it down to 4 C's, that simple C's, that if you pursue these things, then you can make contentment, if you're diligent about it, a regular part of your life, which is vital in today's world. And that so many people, when they don't live in a state of happiness, we're surrounded, we're inundated, we're swimming in a culture that is drowning in pleasure seeking. And we're seeing that pleasure seeking is not fulfilling souls, but it's only giving you that quick hit. It's like candy. You get that quick hit and then you want more, and you have to go even more extreme. You have to increase your tolerance level increases, so you have to continually increase the level of what they call it, the level of thrill, in order just to get any kind of pleasure. So the 4 C's: connect, contribute, cope, and cook. Connect. Make it one of your pursuits to be diligent about is to connect with real people in real time and real life. Get out, shake hands, kiss the babies, hug the aunties, and get physical and actually have a conversation with real people. We live in a very virtual world today, and there's nothing wrong with using these tools, but also don't forget the analog, the real world that's out there too. So be diligent about connecting and building good, solid, real relationships. Contribute. Live for something greater than you. Live for more than you. Can be a contributor, be a giver. Understand that when you are living and you're diligent about pursuing something that is bigger than yourself, you'll find contentment. You'll find contentment in that. You will not find contentment in just living for self. That's an easy way to go the other way and get depressed and get down and become negative. That's a fast track. That's a fast way that can lead to a whole lot of stuff that you don't want it to lead to. So contribute, give, be a servant leader. Look for something to give yourself to and pursue that's greater than you. Cope. Coping is dealing with the stressors of life. Life in and of itself is stress, which means there's gonna be, life in and of itself buffers against you, and that's what you have to go through in order to grow and mature. It's what chisels you into the version of you that's supposed to be. So life's going to present to you all kinds of tests, trials, and hurdles, and it's up to you to learn how to cope very well with these things. In the world we live in today, a lot of people aren't coping well, which is, the metrics of the pills, the pharmaceutical industry, and the healthcare industry. We see a lot of metrics, a lot of things that's showing us that people aren't coping well. So we want you to cope well. Be diligent about coping well. And some things under coping that I thought were simple but yet impactful that he pointed out was really getting some good, adequate, good quality sleep, being mindful, practice mindfulness, and what else? Oh, exercise. These are simple things that everybody can do. It's free, doesn't cost much. That when you're diligent about pursuing them, they can lead to happiness, contentment, the good life. And then cooking is the last one I just wanted to kind of touch on before getting off of here. Yes, he even talks about cooking good food, food straight from the farm if you can, or food that's Mother Nature approved, that nature makes. Not, he says limit or even stop your processed food consumption. If it comes in a box, then more than likely it's not good for you. It's not. Mother Nature doesn't package things in boxes and plastic, right? So it's not hard when you think about it, but he just talks about getting back to eating real food and getting back to getting in the kitchen and cooking and doing the things that is necessary in order to get reconnected with nature and what it is that you're eating, because this affects your body, your mind, your heart, and ultimately your spiritual connection, your spiritual walk. So he talks about cooking and that good food feeds the soul, man. You know it's true. When you got a good meal where you're not overly fed, you're not underfed, you're just right, and you're satiated. Oh, that's contentment. That's good times right there. Then you're free from hunger and you're free from being hungry and angry, and you're free to just pursue what it is that you really want to pursue. When you're not worried about filling your stomach, then you can worry about fulfilling your soul. So he talks about cooking, eating real food, and eating nature-approved food, and talks about some other things as far as sugar and things of that nature that will take away from your contentment. So didn't want to be long today. Just hopefully I encouraged, inspired, motivated, and placed a pebble of positivity in your shoe today as far as you just living today. And let me know that you're out there. Hit like, hit share, follow me on Spreaker.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube. You'll find me all over the place. J. Kevin Johnson, the Inspiration Station Company.com. Just let me know you're out there. I appreciate you, and I'm going to sign off. Love, peace, and happiness. May his face shine on you and give you peace.